What's it like, being you? I often feel like I took being an adult 101 and only missed one class, but the teacher said something really important and all the subsequent classes don't make sense. I still want to be a kid even though I'm 29. People like me because I make them feel like a kid again, which I love, but time is really catching up to me where I know being the lovable underachiever isn't going to be such a cute look. I have great friends and family, a decent paying job in sales, girlfriend, and I live downtown Chicago. I don't have much to complain about, but the things that bug me always consume me, even though those around me would never know. I'm prone to excessive drinking and drugs, even the harder ones when presented, and my body is giving me the finger because I'm not 21 anymore. I like watching the same movies over and over and over because the characters become welcomed guests in my life and I like knowing exactly what's going to happen. I am an Iraq War veteran, but it feels like a different lifetime ago. I like steak. I have cats. And I can't hold a cotton ball without physically cringing. What about you? In my last year of school, in a big group of friends but still an outsider because of how late I joined the group. Generally pretty happy though, most of the time. Edit, for a little more context for people that may want it. I joined a football team, British football, because two friends played in it. I knew them from classes and one of them was in said group. A lot of the people from the group had joined the team as one of their parents started it. One of my friends invited me because I was pretty good at football. Over time I joined the group slowly. I'm still closest with the two that involved me into the group. The football team is over but I still get invited to go play out with them all the time. Other than that I don't get invited out drinking or anything. The only group chat I'm in is one to get people to play football because I always go out. Painful, but sometimes it seems like wonderful. My wife, the love of my life, died 10 days ago. She was 33 years old. She was diagnosed with cancer on February 2018, 3 months after we got married. I became her caretaker and fully supported her while she lived with the disease and when she died of it. I quit my job, spent all my savings, gave up my life for her. I am glad I did it. I am now trying to rebuild my life from the ashes, without her. I have a lot of support from her friends and my friends, but I still feel most days I won't make it. I can't make it without her. This is too hard. At times, I remember the wonderful miracle of our love and all the things we learned together, how much I've grown and transformed, how much she was loved until the very end. And life feels beautiful. Imagine being a really awkward person who everyone treats condescendingly because you can barely look them in the eye. Being energetic to the point where you're constantly needing to move something but yet everyone tells you, oh I wish I had that energy, you're so lucky, and sprinkle some self-loathing and occasional suicidal thoughts on top. Edit, thank you. Not for the amount of comments or upvotes or whatever, but for taking the time to comment and help some internet stranger who won't affect your life at all. I will be talking to my parents/GP about my Asperger's, and although that probably won't be for a while, I'll be on my way to a more normal life, as normal as it can get anyways lamau. Edit 2, ADHD seems to be a lot more intense than what I'm experiencing. Man, so many people apparently don't like being themselves here. I love being me. Sure, things aren't perfect, health issues, job issues, etc., but I'm a big believer in goal setting and follow through. Do I achieve all of my goals? Lol no, but I've achieved some pretty awesome things in my time. I love that I'm in charge of my life. For the most part, if something isn't making me happy, either I can wait it out or I can make a change. This beautiful life is short, so I want to make the most of it. Being me is exhausting, fulfilling, exciting, and sometimes nerve-wracking. I'm so glad I'm here. Most of you are going through what I can only say are some pretty tough things. Be it with work, your significant other, your family life, your health, your relationships, or your own personal struggles. I truly hope you people get better. I mean, I believe things always get better, seeing life is full of ups and downs and can only get better if you persevere through all the bullshit. For those of you who are disabled, I hope you can still live a long and happy life despite your disabilities. I just hope you all come out of your dark times with better days ahead and live very long and fruitful lives. I know I'll have some pretty low days. I'm only 20, but I trust that I'll be able to overcome them, and you should too. Things may get worse, but once you've hit rock bottom, you can either stay there, or pick yourself up and give that ex that called you a fucking bum the finger. If you have anything you disagree with in this statement, I'm happy to gain some more insight. Like I said, I'm only 20 and I would love to see things from another person's point of view regarding what I just said. So feel free to respond. Schizophrenia, panic disorder, bipolar, PTSD. My dick has been painfully shriveling up with scar tissue for almost a year now, Peyronie's disease. I've spent 99.9% of the last 4 years locked in my room with the computer. I'm underweight because my fucky heart or whatever ambiguous shit requires me to hardcore diet or I'll get insane palpitations. The bright light at the end of the tunnel was getting on disability pay. Nothing much changed. My cognitive health has taken such a steep decline that I'm set up to see a neurologist soon. It's like being drunk and drugged in a dream. I randomly feel like I'm suffocating, and it isn't much more than frustrating at this point. My life has been constantly downhill since before I got out of high school. I always prided myself in my ability to handle hardship with a straight face, but lately that face is fading to a dead, empty stare. Though recently, I've snapped from the stress and gone borderline manic, which means I'm in a decent and excitable mood most of the time when I'm not having the occasional meltdown. First boyfriend left me 8 months ago. All of my grandparents' health is in decline. I'm starting what should have been my senior year of college tomorrow, but I changed majors so I'm back down to being a sophomore. I'm happy to be spending my last day at home with my dogs and parents, but my dad doesn't want me to go back to school because he misses me too much. It would be sweet, except for the fact that he is acting manipulative to keep me from going back until the last minute. I have about 2 friends at college, one of whom I should cut out of my life because he thinks that the answer no. When he asks me to be his GF means try again in a few months. Making new friends is hard because of social anxiety. Despite all of this, I find moments to be happy. I love when my dogs stare deep into my eyes and kiss my face. I like to take photos of different things in nature. I love watching the sunset. I'm excited to move into and set up my new dorm. I like to think that these things I'm facing right now are all temporary setbacks, and will look small in hindsight. I'm hoping I haven't peaked yet, and the best is yet to come. It's awesome. I'm a 20-something, tall, white, cisgendered adult male in the USA. Edit, I'm also straight. I grew up with both parents around, both college educated, both making decent money, and both interested in being good parents. My parents are pretty reasonable people who supported me financially, emotionally and in every other way imaginable, without coddling me or being helicopter parents. So, I already have a leg up on like 95% of other people. I try every day to be as grateful as possible for this gift of a life. I volunteer at my city's free medical clinic for indigent peoples. I grew up on the West Coast, but have spent a lot of time in the South and Eastern USA now as well, so I feel like I have gotten to see a lot of awesome parts of the US. I have a doctoral degree and a 6-figure job and an amazing wife. She is my best friend and we have been together for 10 years now, since we were teenagers, and a cat who gets treated like our baby. I work 40 hours/week, which means I have a lot of time for hobbies, like playing guitar and video games, all that plus I just got back from vacation in Las Vegas with one of my best friends from high school. He is also doing awesomely. I can't complain at all, and should not complain at all. If everyone had the gifts and advantages that I have had, the world would be a better place. Downside, I am at work on a Sunday frown. Edit to add, just got off work. Thanks for continuing the positive energy, everyone who replied below. Not great. I'm a carer, I'm paid by my government to do this, for my mum, she's disabled, and so my day goes like, wake up, look after mum, go the supermarket at the end of my street and then lay to bed. Every day is like this. She can't be left alone for long periods, so this will be my life for the next 30 to 40 something years. By then I'll be too old to work or have a proper life. I have my own health problems. On Thursdays my younger brother, he lives pretty far away plus he works, looks after her while I travel to my elderly grandparents, 6-hour round trip, and look after them. That's my life. Every week is cookie cutter similar and I'm bored to tears. Some days are great, other days I'll spend a lot of time thinking about an easy way to kill myself. I get my summers off work, so that's awesome, but I work a hard job Monday to Friday working with aggressive/behavioral children. Some days at work are tough as shit, other days are great. But at least I get my summers off to try to recover/recharge. My body hates me, almost everything I eat causes pain. I live with my boyfriend and my cat, and do almost all the housework. I have lots of hobbies but can't seem to stick to one. Yet I often find myself bored with nothing to do. I have one amazing friend. Growing up I had so many friends, it makes me sad that now I'm down to one, but she's an awesome person. I have lots of other friends but we only get together to chat on occasion, usually close to holidays when everyone is home to celebrate. Some of my good friends moved away right out of high school and I'm not good at keeping up with people on social media. I smoke lots of weed to make the bad feels go away, but even that is starting to have a negative effect on me, not eating. And yeah, that's what it's like being me, I guess.